Okay, so Boon Boonja episode 15. I honestly don't know what I can say about this episode to drag it out to an 8-minute video, but this episode hit all the feels with everything that happened in this week's episode. So the whole premise of this episode, it started with the Team Rocket trio turning a fossil into the monster of the week, but instead of your typical monster of the week where it's causing nothing but chaos and destruction, it's a dinosaur monster, but it's a dinosaur monster that didn't want to hurt anyone. It was scared of people. And in the end, Joe ended up befriending it, and Joe was sort of taking care of it like a pet, and you had some really nice wholesome interactions between the two characters, the fossil and Joe. And I really enjoyed the interactions we did get between Joe and the fossil because, like I said, Joe was taking care of it like a pet. He was making sure that no one would hurt it. And it's the usual thing that we see in Sentai or Power Rangers or Ultraman or anything like that or any other kind of Toku Kamen Rider is usually not all the monsters of the week are evil. Not all of them are bad, but usually most of the time they've got to destroy them because it's part of their job. And I feel like that this monster of the week, I feel like if Cannonborg didn't get involved, maybe this monster of the week could have been different. Maybe this monster of the week could have been a good guy in the end. But I really enjoyed this episode, like the interactions that we had between Joe and the monster, and then Joe sort of having that realization that he's a police officer and he's got to protect people and make sure that no one should get hurt because he's an officer. Really nice moment as well in this episode. And then you have the showdown at the end of the episode where Joe and the fossil monster are facing off. And it's a really nice showdown because they use Boon Boon Robo Monster in this episode. They call it a dinosaur versus dinosaur showdown, which I had no idea that was a dinosaur. That was meant to be a dinosaur. I had no idea at all. But the showdown between Joe and the mech and Fossil hit all the feels because they have this final battle in the sunset. Again, a big dramatic sunset showdown that they have at the end of this episode, and it hits all the feels. I mean, they got the sad music playing in the background, you got the silence after Joe defeats the monster of the week, and then when Silky, the fossil monster, is destroyed, he gets Thanos snapped, and it's just really sad. Even the Team Rocket trio is sad because Yurika is really upset that the dinosaur's gone, and they even, like, the others, like, comfort him by saying, hey, we'll take you out and get you anything you want to eat, which is really nice. I really do like the relationship that those three have. Like, I really enjoy that Team Rocket trio that those three have together. But this episode was, I don't want to call it filler, because Joe had some development in this episode. It was a Joe-focused episode. He did get some development in this episode. But it's a good break in between of what we're going to be getting next week, because next week's episode, if you haven't seen the previews yet, but spoilers, if you're on Toku Twitter or Toku social media, or you can kind of probably guess by now, or if you've already watched the episode and you've watched the trailer, well, next week we're getting Boon Violet or Bun Violet showing up next week's episode. So, finally, we're getting our 6 Rangers showing up in next week's episode. We're seeing Boon Diesel, Boon Violet, we're going to see their Morpher, their Changer, which probably has already dropped online if you keep up with the whole Toku Twitter and Toku YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. You're probably seeing them floating around. I've seen some videos posted by other content creators talking about what's been released, but I haven't had a good look at it myself. I've been kind of not on Twitter a lot this week, here and there, but I'll definitely be covering next week's episode, that is for sure, because the Purple Ranger has been something that I've heard about for the longest time through leaks, and I've seen the actor, I've seen the suit, I've seen the mech, so I can't wait to see. Well, I've seen Boon Diesel, I haven't seen what the full mech looks like, but I can't wait to see how that episode's going to go down, because it looks really interesting with Boon Violet showing up, or Bun Violet, whatever you want to call it. Someone screamed at me in the comment section when I did the suit reveal. They said, actually, it's pronounced Bun Violet, you're saying it wrong. I'm like, whatever, go scream at other content creators who called it Boon Violet. Okay? No, never mind. But next week's episode I should definitely be checking out, that is for sure. It's going to be a big episode with the Purple Ranger showing up, or Violet Ranger showing up. But this week's episode, it hit on all the right heartstrings. It was a nice wholesome moment for Joe with his with his freaking suspenders and his attitude to do well as a police officer. So, yeah, overall fun episode. I really did enjoy it, and yeah, that's pretty much my review, my rambling, my recap of Boon Boondra episode 15. What did you guys think of it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm out of here, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, and bye.